Undertale is an amazing game, and this is why. In this video, we are going to be going through the good, the bad, and the cool parts of Undertale. First, the good. In the good section, we have a lot of things. We have story, characters, world building, but before we get into that, let's start with gameplay. Gameplay, arguably one of the more important aspects of a game, is very good in Undertale. It's very simple, but effective. The battles definitely feel a little unpolished, if you know what I mean, but besides that, it's so good. The simplicity of just going around dodging the things, and how easy some things are, but how hard other things are. Because some games, it's hard to find a balance between easy and hard, but Undertale did it perfectly. And also, the different souls are amazing. The green soul and the blue soul are probably my two favorites, though yellow soul is pretty cool too. The blue and orange attacks are very cool, and it feels like they were just added to add more to the game and make it better. Usually people just add stuff for the sake of adding stuff, so it seems like a bigger game, but most of the time those things aren't that good. But this, I feel like, is both. Toby wanted an extra aspect in the game, in the gameplay to be specific, and he also wanted a fun aspect in the gameplay. Next on the list of good things is the story. The story of Undertale. No, not that story. The plot of Undertale. Whatever. That is so good. I love the writing of Flowey's character, how he breaks the fourth wall and just is like the most powerful being, and is also like clinically insane, and can also just be like launched several feet by one weak fireball. Also, Sans' story of him like meeting Toriel behind the door and then getting the promise he can't break it, and then he's like, I will kill you. You'd be dead where you stand. Blah 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 blah. If I didn't make that promise. And then in Genocide, he mentions it again, but he has to kill you this time. So he just says, like, oh, this is why I don't make promises. And, like, I find that really cool, like, the callback in the final boss of Genocide. Also, the Sans fight is just so cool. But I'll get to that in a second. So many things about this story is so charming and amazing and sad and epic and happy. The next thing on the good list, and the last thing, even though there are a lot of more specific, less broad good things about this game, is the music. Oh my gosh, the music is good. If you don't know, all of the game, including the music, was all made by one person. And technically Tammy Chang, who helped with some of the art, but still, one guy. Toby Fox is amazing. Anyways, back to the music. The Asgore theme, or this, put it on screen, is so good. And it sets the atmosphere so well. So does Megalovania and Spider Dance. I'll get to those in a sec. Asgore sitting there with the ominous text on the screen, and then he says, like, his cool line, he's like, hello human, it was nice to meet you, goodbye. And then he pulls out his pitchfork thing and stabs the flippin' mercy button. Oh my gosh, that is just so cool. It just like, Megalovania is the best song that could ever be picked for Sans. The goofy Sans melody for non-genocide route whenever you're around him is very good, and is very good for his personality whenever you're around him like that. But in the battle, he is so cool. It's a beautiful day outside, birds are singing, flowers are blooming. On days like these, kids like you should be playing Fortnite. And I love how there's no music for that part until he just looks down and then he's like, oh yeah. And then it sends into the insane first attack. Well, it's not actually that difficult. It's pretty easy, in fact. But at first, it seems insane, and you take so much damage, you're like, why is there no invisibility frames? And you're just trying to scramble around, doing everything, and then you die. And as that attack comes into play, as it starts, the theme comes on. Megalovania is so good. I just love it. Da 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 da. And fun fact, Megalovania actually comes from an old Earthbound ROM hack that Toby Fox did a while ago called the Halloween hack. And one of the songs in it was Megalovania. And he went on to reuse that in one of the most amazing fights in one of the most amazing games. In fact, the most amazing game, in my opinion. It is the best game ever. And then the last thing I want to mention for music is Spider Dance. Just a good song for a good boss. Though it's annoying that you can skip it. I wish instead of making it skippable, he just made it easier. Because that's why he made it skippable with the Spider Donut. Because playtesters said it was way too hard. But that's just me, so let's get on with the bad. The first thing in the bad, probably the main thing, is art. Now, the art is not the best, but there is one thing. Toby Fox literally attempted to make the art bad and like crappy looking just for the charm of the game. That's just how he saw the style fit. He literally rejected some art pieces he made because it looked too good. There's not really much to say about it, except it's just not that good. It's not symmetrical, like, ever. And what the heck is that? The next thing is the difficulty. It is pretty hard. And I know a few people who got driven away from the game because they just couldn't beat a certain boss. And after trying and trying and trying, they just got bored and never played it again. But I know you could just say, skill issue, bro. Like, it's not even that hard if you just try. But at the same time, I kind of feel bad because they're going away from the game just because it's hard. So I wish it was slightly easier, though. Some bosses, like Sans, are supposed to be extremely hard on purpose. But yeah, those are my only two things that I see bad about this game. It's just so good. Finally, it's time for the cool. I only have one thing written down here for the cool, but that's because it's a big thing. I only have two things written down for the cool, even though there are so many more cool things in the game, but that's because these things are gonna take a while to talk about because of how cool they really are. The first is the secrets. Secret bosses like Glide or So Sorry are really cool. Like, So Sorry, you literally have to go and play the game on that date that it says on the sign. That's so cool. And sure, you could just set the time of your computer, but that's no fun. And there are a lot of other secrets too. This just makes the game so much more enjoyable and replayable. Even once you've done all three main routes, you can still go back and find more stuff. The second thing I have down is, well, the 3 routes. I love the idea of being able to spare monsters and just talk it out instead of always having to kill them. Like in all other games, you always have to kill every single enemy. There's no chance that you can spare it or you'll just die if you try. That's why I find it so cool that you can just do that. You can kill some and spare others. You can spare all and even be nice to non-killable people. Or you can kill every killable thing in the entire game until there is nothing left but you and Chara. I find this just so cool because on your first playthrough, you're most likely gonna get neutral. But if you're nice, you might go and get pacifist on your first run. I mean, technically, it's impossible to get pacifist on your first run, even if you don't kill a single thing, because that's just how Toby Fox made it. He wanted you to get neutral first. But once you do get neutral, you can go back, do all the true pacifist stuff, and then boom. Can I just talk about how good True Lab is? It's my favorite area in the game, probably. It's just amazing. I love it so much. The music is cool. The amalgamates are cool. The little Gaster reference with the entry number 17. So cool. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Then, on your third run, you can be a little devious. And I like how it's not just kill everything that comes in your path, Because then some players who don't really want to spare or don't understand that it's good to spare things will just kill everything, even their own friends like Papyrus and Toriel. And if they did that and then got the bad ending, that would kind of feel dumb because all they were doing is just killing them. That's an option in the game. But if you go out of your way to just be a menace and kill everything, you farm for enemy encounters just to kill them until there are no enemies left in the area and nobody comes. Once nobody comes, you're left feeling bad. It really makes you feel something, especially with the dialogue of Toriel. You're expecting a whole battle, and just one hit is all it takes. The music is gone, everyone thinks you're a monster, the puzzles are already solved. Takes the most of the fun aspect, except for Undyne the Undying and Sans, out of the game, but it adds so much more story and depth. Anyways, the conclusion to this video is Undertale is good, a little bad, and pretty cool. See you next time.